On today's show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff, but let's get this show started the right way. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. First, we're going to be talking about Lacazette supposedly rejecting a deal to Newcastle. Pablo Mari seems to be set to go on loan to Udinese, and it seems like it's already done. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is coming back from Gabon, and we'll tell you why. Fabrizio Romano has some reports about a certain striker and a midfielder. He spoke about Dusan Vlahovic and also Jonathan David possibly being an Arsenal target for this January or in the summer. He spoke highly about Jonathan David. He also spoke about the Arthur deal and some issues that Arsenal might be facing now with Juventus in this deal. Also, Gini Wijnaldum seems to be another Arsenal target that has been back on the table. In addition to Barcelona midfielder Sergi Roberto has also been linked to Arsenal. Emmanuel Petit has spoken highly about a certain Bruno Guimarães. As you guys already know, he's been linked to Arsenal numerous times in the past. Also, Diego Costa's situation seems to have changed. Could he come to Arsenal? Also, as you guys can see here, Dusan Vlahovic was saying his goodbyes to the Fiorentina fans, and it could be saying hello to the new Arsenal fans. But this saga will continue all January window. And will Dusan Vlahovic join Arsenal? We'll talk about this plus more now on EGTV. Yo, what's going on, guys? The Kitty G on EGTV. I'm back again with another video. I hope everybody is well. The support on the channel has been absolutely stupendous over this past couple weeks during this transfer window. I appreciate everybody. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so if you guys can hit that subscribe button and that like button, really be appreciated. But in the meanwhile, let's get started on this transfer news. There's a lot of stuff to be talked about today. There's a lot of news to coming out. The Dusan Vlahovic news has been going crazy. You have Fabrizio Romano talking about Arthur Melo. Aubameyang is coming back from AFCON. There's just so much stuff we got to get into. But before we go any further, I'm first going to say hello to everybody in the chat. Let's go check out what people in the chat are saying. He didn't wave goodbye. He's not leaving. The deal isn't happening. You never know. We're going to get into that. Big up to the people in the chat right now. If you guys can do me a favor, hit that like button as we continue. Hulk saying, I'm telling you guys, the bookies know something we don't know. Bookies definitely know something we don't know. There we go. And then what else? Obviously, he asked me a question. Do you prefer Isak or Vlahovic? You know what? I preferred Isak at the beginning of the window, and I'm not going to change my stance on that, but I am starting to come around to Vlahovic and the whole Vlahovic transfer ordeal and what it might entail to get him over the line. But yeah, first things first, guys. I hope everybody's well. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Hope everyone's doing well. We got Sahal in here with us. Shout out to Sahal in the house. Sahal, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Long time, man. Feels like a long time.
Long time, bro. I hope you're well. Hope everything's good. But yeah, let's get this show started on the right track. First things first that we're going to talk about is Lacazette. If you don't know, Arsenal, obviously, Lacazette is going to be leaving very soon. But reportedly, he's already turned down one deal from Arsenal, and he's also turned down a transfer. He's turned down a transfer away to Newcastle. Yes, Lacazette has turned down a transfer away to Newcastle. Prior to the January window opening up, there was talks about him possibly going to Newcastle. And this is the report that came out. The report came out earlier today that I was reading that he turned down a big contract offer from Newcastle and now could walk away from the Gunners for absolutely nothing. Arsenal had the deal on the table. Newcastle already agreed wages. All he had to do was accept, and the deal could have been done. But he turned it down. So what do you think, Lacazette? Turning down the deal to Newcastle. Good move for us, or because we need him right now, or do you think it was a bad move? Because personally, for me, I think it was a good move that we didn't let him go. We need him. He's playing very well. He just got goal of the month in the Premier League, and he's going to be a big part of our team in the coming months until the end of the season. And once he leaves, I wish him all the best. He's been nothing but a professional. What do you think, Sahal?
Yeah, Igal, I don't think he was leaving, because why would he leave? And we need to stop thinking about the club and start thinking about the player. Why would Laka leave? He's going to be a free agent, and we all know free agents get paid way more than if you were to be sold. So why would he leave to Newcastle of all teams, right? I know Newcastle, they got money, but if you're Lacazette, why would you leave? If you want to join Newcastle, you can do that in the summer anyways. you can go to the highest bidder, and people are willing to pay you way more money because they're not paying a fee for you as well. So I think Laka wasn't leaving. So he wasn't. I think he was staying regardless, and I don't think he's gonna sign a new contract because this will be his last big contract before he retires probably. So he's gonna look for as much money as humanly possible. I think a lot of players are doing the same, like Pogba and these guys, Sakaria, all of them. They're not gonna sign a contract until summertime because what's the point? I know they're allowed to sign a pre-contract, right? But even no one's even doing that. So there must be a reason because none of the players, Zakaria, Pogba, so many players that are off, got 6 months left on the contract, right? And none of them are signing contracts. There must be a reason. There's a link, right? And the link is they want to get paid even more money. They're waiting until the summer. I think all of them.
I hear that. I definitely do hear that, and I think there is a level of truth to what you're saying. I don't think the player wants to go anywhere. But yeah, we're just gonna keep it moving because I don't want to spend too much time on the Lacazette story. It's not a big deal for me. I can see here that some people are already starting to want to talk about other stories. I can see you want to talk about the Vlahovic story. We're gonna get there. You want to talk about Diego Costa. We're gonna get there. Do me a favor, guys. While you guys are here, smash that like button. Let's get this at least past 100 people in the stream. Moving on to the next story. But yeah, so how you been, bro? You've been watching AFCON?
I've just been chilling, man.
Yeah, have you watched AFCON? Because there's been some controversy in AFCON. Obviously, the situation with Aubameyang getting sent home.
Yeah, the Aubameyang, yeah.
Right, there's been a lot of issues around Aubameyang and everything with AFCON. So yeah, let's get into that next because Aubameyang's situation with AFCON seems like a very, very shaky one. Basically, he's saying that there's been lies in the media, there's been lies told about him, there's been incidents where he has nothing to do with. So yeah, let's get into what they are saying about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leaving Gabon's camp. So Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang reportedly is returning to Arsenal due to an ongoing health issue with his where he currently came out with a heart issue, right? They're saying they might be linking it to an ongoing occurrence throughout all young athletes. This has been going on with a lot of athletes since the occurrence of the new situation. And I don't really want to get too much into it because I don't want to get a copyright strike talking about the variants and all that stuff. But yeah, AFCON, he will no longer take part. He left Gabon's camp. He'll be coming back to Arsenal. Since yesterday, he spoke. Gabon's coach said, since yesterday, the decision was made to send Aubameyang and Lemina home to their clubs. We cannot judge it here in Cameroon. They need to be assessed. They need to be assessed due to their issues. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will return to Arsenal. That is what he said. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang also spoke about the issues, and he spoke about how there was a lot of lies, a lot of mistruths, a lot of lies going on in his Twitter post where he spoke about it. So yeah, let's just get that Twitter post up because Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang had a lot to say about everything going on. He really was angry to a certain degree about everything that was being said about him and all the lies that was being spewed. He wanted to set the record straight, and that he did. He basically came out and where is it? Let's get it out. I find Aubameyang. I found him. So Aubameyang spoke in regards to this, and what did he say? He said, "We have problems and are already compliant to solve them." Then there's rumors. In short, we have health to take care of first and foremost. I won't go back to on those false rumors. I sincerely hope our team goes as far as possible. Since and then he put a Gabon emoji and a heart emoji, and this is where people were going off of everything that's going on now. So the situation with Aubameyang is he is coming home to Arsenal, and this is the report that he came out. He said it in French, and it was translated by Google Translate. That's what he said. So yeah, so how is this a big deal or no big deal at all? I think him coming back for health reasons makes sense. And the fact that he had an issue with his health, of course, you have to take care of yourself first. It has nothing to do with The team has nothing to do with tabloids, people making up rumors. I don't care about all that. He should focus on his health first and foremost, and that is the most important thing in my opinion. What do you think, Sahal?
Look, with the health, of course, health comes first. But I don't know, man. It seems something is up. Something must have happened else, because if he just a heart issue, I don't know. Of course, you're gonna leave, but these rumors seem, I don't know. It seems weird. Why are these rumors coming out? And hopefully they are just rumors, and maybe we'll find out in a later time. But of course, his health is more important than whatever happened or may not have happened. So him coming back is okay, but we need Oba to put his head down and get back, sort out his health first. But when he's healthy enough, get back on the pitch, right? Get back to training, put his head down, right? And prove us wrong, because we need him, especially with the striker situation at the club. And we're going to talk about that later. But Oba, we probably need him now. So, Oba, put your head down, get back to work. When he's healthy, of course, when he's clear. You need to check his heart, you need to check his health, you need to check if he's okay. Then he can come back to Arsenal, and then we sort out everything else. But first, check if he's okay, and if he's because heart issues are nothing to joke about. We know about Aguero; he had to retire because of it, and other players are having a similar issue. Athletes around the world because of long COVID. We all know what's going on around the world lately. So he needs to check his health out and then come back.
Yeah, facts. Definitely hear that. So yeah, enough said about that. Keeping it moving on from Aubameyang, because I feel like this just, it makes sense that he currently has ongoing issues. Everybody knows that. Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he comes back sooner than later, and I have no problems with him there. But yeah, we keep it moving. We keep it moving from this story. But do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button while you guys are here. Leave us your comments down below on what you think about the certain stories that we're talking about as we go along. We currently have 37 of you guys in the chat. Each one of you guys, if you hit that like button, it definitely is really, really appreciated. Now, so the next story is postponement gate. So Arsenal have postponed a game against Tottenham and immediately go on to loan out Pablo Mari. Is it any of our business? Is anybody's business that we loan out our player after getting a game postponed, or should we not have done that? Because I don't give a shit what anybody tells me. Arsenal loaning out Pablo Mari had nothing to do with the North London derby not getting played. If we do it after the fact, you still shouldn't give a shit, because we're going to conduct our business as we should. Nobody can tell us how to conduct our business. This is Arsenal Football Club. It's not Premier League Football Club. It's not this, that. It's Arsenal Football Club. And when we need to conduct our business, we conduct our business as we want, when we want. We play when we want. Anyways, I'm just gonna stop talking about that.
Yeah. Let me be quick. Look, I'm one of these fans that I don't agree fully what Arsenal have done, and I disagree with other clubs, because other clubs have also abused this COVID new rule that's been introduced. Right? There's been other so Arsenal are not the only club to do this. I believe Leicester did it once, Burnley did it once. I think Wolves did it once. I think recently. Who got the game proposed recently? It was like 2 or 3 days ago. Was it Burnley or one of these guys? Burnley, I believe it was Burnley, right?
Yeah.
They got a match. I think it's gone ridiculous now. I think the rule needs to be changed, where if you got any COVID cases or more than 5 or 6 COVID cases, then you're allowed to. But injuries should not be included. Injuries are part of the game. It happens. AFCON happens every 4 years. Arsenal, my club, didn't prepare for it. We knew what's coming. We knew Elneny and Xhaka were going. We let Ainsley go, right? I know Ainsley, maybe he forced himself out of the door, which I believe. Because why would Arsenal let him go when we have no midfielders, right? So I honestly think we made a mistake on that. So I honestly think if we played against us, I had no complaints because the only complaint was it's not fair on the other games which other teams again proposed for no reason. We know that other teams have been abusing this. Now we need to go back to the table for next year or whenever, as soon as possible, because we're getting too many games cancelled now for no goddamn reason. We need to go back to the table, all the Premier League clubs, and say if we get more than 6 players, which is a good number, more than 6 players with COVID, you're allowed to cancel the game. But except for that, there's no other way. For me, unless there's a complete and utter COVID outbreak at your football club, and we can talk about the Liverpool situation, but I feel like Liverpool, you can deal with that with proper. I don't know how many times they did a PCR test or COVID test. I don't know what happened there. That seems dodgy, as we all said. But I think we need to go back to the table and figure it out, because we can't be cancelling games each week. It's gonna turn out way too many games end of the season.
Okay, I hear you. Now, Pablo Mari. Is anybody going to miss Pablo Mari? Because that is what caused all this argument. Sorry, I'm just going to mute you, Sahal, for 1 second. Pablo Mari is the person who started all these arguments. In my opinion, Chelsea fans don't give a shit about Pablo Mari. They've seen Lukaku slap him around. They want him here. People are upset that Arsenal are doing business, that we've gotten rid of players, that we've loaned players out, that we've gotten players out of the team and in the team, and people are upset about those. So I understand. It's a lot of salt from rivals, and I get that. But when it comes to everybody piling on top, it makes no sense. Why is everybody piling on top?
No, Igal, I don't think it was the loan. I don't think it was the loan players thing. I think what they're trying to say is, why are you loaning players out when you got like a COVID situation, whatever. But the real issue is people are ignoring the real issue, which I just said. It's not Arsenal's fault, it's the league's fault. And other clubs have done this. So, except for arguing about Pablo Mari that no one cares about, right? No one cares about Pablo Mari, let's be honest, right? We should argue about the rule, because the rule gives you access to do this, right? It's not Arsenal's fault. Other clubs have done this in their advantage, right? And no other club was crying about it, right? I understand people were crying it to Arsenal, right? And because we were saying about the Liverpool thing. The Liverpool thing was because of the false positives, right? And the percentage of a chance of a entire squad getting false positive is like 0.3, right? And we're saying, yo, something dodgy is going on there. How did you guys get that many false positives, right? Something dodgy is going on there, right? That's all what most Arsenal fans were saying. Yes, we were bantering Liverpool fans, saying they were scared, but the actual argument was, guys, something dodgy happened there, right? Something dodgy happened. With the Arsenal and Tottenham game, we should have not cancelled it, in my opinion, but it was in the rules. The league has done this, not Arsenal. Many games were cancelled because of this stupid rule, right? Teams had less players out of COVID. We have one. There's so many clubs that also had one, right? And they cancelled the game. They got the match cancelled. I think we need to change the rule, do a minimum of 6 or something like that, and then this will stop happening. But if you're going to keep going, we're going to keep arguing until the cows come home. And end of the season, we're going to be in trouble. All of us. Tottenham are probably going to have more games to play. We all going to be in trouble with the World Cup coming around and all these kind of things coming around. We can't have that many games end of the season.
Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there and park it there. Moving on to the next story, because honestly, there's so much that we need to get through. It's crazy. The next story is Jonathan David. Fabrizio Romano spoke about Jonathan David coming to Arsenal. Would you take Jonathan David to Arsenal? Because the rumor has it. Let me get this up on the screen 1 second. The rumor has it that Jonathan David is one of Arsenal's targets for a striker, if obviously they cannot attract Dusan Vlahovic in this January window. Jonathan David would be an alternative. Fabrizio Romano claims that Arsenal Arsenal chief Edu has met with Jonathan David's agent, and the interests have been proclaimed by Arsenal. So Arsenal are interested in Jonathan David. The rumored price would be 30 million for Jonathan David. Would you take Jonathan David at Arsenal? Or would you go
Bro,
for
if it's can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
If it's around 30 million, I wouldn't mind. And the reason is, right, I know we're gonna talk about Dusan in a bit, but what's called my thing is that what we did last summer, and we need to look back. Yes, I was complaining about it a lot, and yes, hands up, it worked. So I think we need to do something similar as we did last summer, right? We need to buy young, hungry players that want to step up and they want to join Arsenal, right? We're going to talk about Dusan later. We're not sure about Dusan, but Jonathan David is Arsenal. I believe he's Arsenal. He was an Arsenal fan or is an Arsenal fan. I'm not sure about that one, but he was wearing a Thierry Henry shirt. And what's it called? Maybe he has some. He wants to step up, and he wants to probably join Arsenal. And if it's a low fee, because Lille always with the Pepe one, since Pepe, I feel like we've been burned by Lille, and they gave us Gabriel as we are so sorry, we're gonna give you Gabriel on the cheap. That's what they did. So I don't want Lille to mess us about. If it's 30 to 40 million, yes. Any more, show them the door, because I think we can get quality players around 30 to 40 million. We need 2 strikers, I believe, because Abba doesn't look up to it anymore. And Laka is leaving, Akatia is leaving, Balogun is not ready yet. So I think we need 2 strikers, not 1 striker. So if we get Jonathan David, I think he can bring us something different, right? And we get another striker that offers us something different. Like if we get Jonathan David and Isak, right? Those 2 strikers are different to each other, right? Jonathan David is the more presser. He can run behind. He's quick, pacey. He can hold the ball up, but not as well as Isak. So we need to get 2 strikers that got a bit like Lak and Oba, where their strengths are in different areas, right? And maybe because of that, we can't play them at the same time. But with Oba and Laka, it kind of did work for a period of time. What we didn't have with Oba and Laka, we never had a team behind them, right? So we need to do a bit of both. We need to get those 2 strikers, right? Like Oba and Laka, where they are different strengths, right? But the most important thing is to get the team behind them right. Because that's what we haven't done with Oba and Laka. This is the best team we had in years, probably. So I would love to have Jonathan David join us to bring us something different. But if we're going to get him, we need to get another striker in the door that is different to him, maybe taller and stronger.
There you go. People speaking facts right there. Just before we go any further, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are already new. Now, moving on from Jonathan David, I personally feel like Jonathan David would be a good signing for Arsenal, but I don't think Arsenal actually have. Sorry, Sahal, I just need to mute you. I don't think Jonathan David is actually on Arsenal's shortlist. I think he's on Arsenal's long list. He's not one of their first couple targets. Let's be honest. Our first target is Vlahovic. Our second target is Isak. Our tertiary target is none other than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And that is the situation right now at Arsenal. I don't think Jonathan David is on that short list. I think we might have met with his agent. We might have spoken to his agent, but I don't think it's anything more than that or anything more at all than just speaking to his agent. That's my opinion on that. But yeah, moving on now to the next topic. The next topic is kind of weird. The next topic is talking about a player that I don't think majority of Arsenal fans want. But for 6 months, would you take a Diego Costa, Sahal? Would you take Diego Costa at Arsenal for 6 months? Or do you think we should stay away from other Chelsea rejects or former Chelsea players? Because Diego...
I know you wanted a more experienced striker to come in, but we already have that in Laka and Abba. I don't think that someone like Costa can help us. Maybe a Cavani could have, but not Diego Costa. I don't think he's I'm not sure how he's been doing in Brazil. I don't really care about the Chelsea reject, but we know what happened with the Willian situation. If he wants to join Arsenal, I don't know why Diego Costa wants to join Arsenal. It makes no sense. He would probably want a lot of money, a lot of wages. I have no idea why he would want to join Arsenal. It makes no sense. I don't think this transfer is happening end of the day.
Yeah, Oracle says fat no. Skill says yes. Sahal, speaking facts. Sahal, you should work for Sky Sports. People in the comment section are killing me. Personally, let me tell you guys something. It does seem like he might be going to Corinthians in Brazil. It looks like Diego Costa will not be joining Arsenal. He most likely will be going to Corinthians in Brazil, and that's the situation with Diego Costa as of right now. This whole stuff about Diego Costa coming to Arsenal, I don't think you guys have anything to worry about when it comes to that. Would you take him for a 6 month loan? Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. I personally wouldn't, but some people might. But the situation currently is he could end up at Newcastle or he could end up at Corinthians. Newcastle supposedly is a new landing spot for Diego Costa. But yeah, that's that with Diego Costa. I don't think there's that much of a story there with Diego Costa. It seems like it just seems like a lot of hot water. I don't think it's actually anything boiling that's actually serious. So we'll wait and see. Mohammed says, get Icardi, man. Icardi does seem like he's going back to Italy. So I don't know about getting Icardi. It's not that straightforward. We can't just go and handpick whoever we want. Next, Emmanuel Petit spoke about a certain player Arsenal should go for. He said Arsenal Football Club should go for Lyon midfielder Bruno Guimarães. Yes, Emmanuel Petit, when speaking about Arsenal and their current midfield woes, thinks Bruno Guimarães would be the solution to our problem. He said he's a talented player. He's very physical. He's good. He's good technically. He has vision, his mentality, and he would be very good for Arsenal. Just like his teammates at Lyon, like the Brazilian, his other current Brazilian teammate in Paquete, who's a very good player. So he's basically suggesting Arsenal goes for Bruno Guimarães. Now, Arsenal have been linked to Bruno Guimarães. These links have gone cold. It does look like Arsenal will not be signing Bruno Guimarães in this January window. If we do try to sign him, it will most likely be in the summer window. Bruno Guimarães is a player that we've been targeting for a while. I want to know, guys, Bruno Guimarães, have you given up on this transfer? Do you think there's any possibility for us to get him in the summer if things go on until the summer? Because it does look like it's very unlikely that this transfer will happen now. It is very, very unlikely. So Hall already cut, guys. So I need to know from you guys in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Would you take Bruno Guimarães? Do you think he will even go to Arsenal in the January window? Because I think it's very unlikely. It's a short time period. Lyon might not even sell the player this window. They probably will hold out until the summer because they are currently in a fight. Sorry, guys. So yeah. My guy's saying Awar, big no to Icardi as well. His wife is his agent, and we all know the drama with those two. Because definitely do not want anything to do with Icardi, the Icardi situation right now. That is a mess. But yeah, I want to know, guys. Bruno Guimarães, I think he's a good player. I really do like him. I like the way he plays. I like everything about the signing, the potential signing. But I don't think it's going to happen this window, guys. Bruno Guimarães, we've heard a lot about Bruno Guimarães linked to Arsenal. We've heard a lot of stories about him to Arsenal over the past coming weeks. But it does look like it's completely gone cold. It looks like Bruno Guimarães at this point. It looks like at this point, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And some people are even questioning if he would be a good signing. However, 45 million euros is a good deal for Bruno Guimarães. Should Arsenal consider signing him this window? I would say yes. But would Arsenal pay the 37.5 million? And can Lyon even find an alternative to him in the meanwhile? That is a question. Emmanuel Petit has spoken about it yesterday, saying how good of a signing he would be. Kiem Jarabkin has been trying to broker the deal since the beginning of January. But at this point, Juventus seem to be the favorites to sign Bruno Guimarães. And if they do sign him, they most likely will get him as a replacement to Arthur, and then we can possibly get Arthur ourselves. But right now, this whole midfield signing situation is a mess. It is a mess. It is an absolute mess.
Yo, can you hear me?
Bro, it sounds very windy. Are you outside?
Yeah. Is it that bad?
No, it's fine.
Let me put the sound down. Is it better now?
It's a little bit better, yeah. What do you call it? So, Bruno Guimarães is not coming to Arsenal, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't think so. We know the business with Lyon. They're so hard to do business with, especially with Arsenal. I have no idea why, but I don't think it's happening. Maybe in the summertime if we get lucky, but I doubt it. I highly doubt he's coming. I mean, if we get lucky, maybe we get Arthur, but even that is a long stretch right now. I don't know what we're gonna do about it, but I think we need to move quickly, and look what we need. And I know it looks like Arteta wants a number 8, but honestly, if we don't get number 8, I think we should get number 6. And so Partey can play the number 8. I think a number 6 would probably be easy to get. Now there's a couple of options available in that area, and we can free up Partey to play up in number 8 slot, right? I know he wants a number 8 that can play on the left side.
1 second.
But maybe he has to wait until the summer for that.
1 second. We should get Amin Gurin. Do you know Amin Gurin?
Yeah, he plays for Nice.
I don't know anything about him.
He plays for Nice. He's a striker. He's more of a number 9. We've been linked with him, but it looks like I don't think we've been heavily linked to them. I'm not sure why. He does look like a player. He could be he could help us right now. Nice, I think we got a good relationship with Nice because of the Saliba, and we do. I don't think they're as bad as Lyon, so we can probably get him for like 30, 40 million. But I don't. Maybe he's on. I don't know what the list is, and that's the issue. We don't know who's on the list on the striker. Is it Dusan? Is he number 1? Is Isak number 1? Is Jonathan David on the list? We don't know who's on the list, right? But I really like him, and I think he could improve us. But it's up to Arteta and Edu and see what they can do.
There you go. And when it comes to Bruno Guimarães or John McGinn, you know what? I would like instead of Bruno Guimarães and John McGinn, I would take Douglas Luiz at Aston Villa. That's the guy I would take from Aston Villa. I think he's an absolute baller, and he would upgrade our midfield immediately. Now, moving on from the Bruno Guimarães, Gini Wijnaldum situation has changed. Is he injured? Is he fit? It seems to be that I keep hearing mixed reports that Gini Wijnaldum's injured, Gini Wijnaldum's still in the picture for Arsenal, Gini Wijnaldum could still join Arsenal, this, that. I don't know what the actual situation is like over there at PSG, but when it comes down to it, a loan for Gini Wijnaldum, we've spoken about this numerous times, guys, and we're not going to even get too much into depth again for it. It just makes absolutely so much sense. Why Arsenal would not do this, I don't know.
Igal. Actually, I heard something about Gini. According to what I've heard, number 1 issue is his wages, right? His wages are ridiculous at Paris. We're not sure how much Paris are willing to pay for the wages, right? That's the first problem. Number 2, because of the wages, maybe he's putting Arteta off, right? And number 3, Arteta feels like he's not the type of midfielder he wants in his midfield. He doesn't want a work rate player. He wants a more Locatelli, Arthur, like a Granit Xhaka kind of type, where they are more like controllers of the midfield, conductors, or whatever you want to call it, right? He wants that kind of midfielder, and he doesn't believe Gini has the ability to do that. Do I agree with him? I don't know. I think Gini could help us in the midfield. I would take him, but for the right amount. If Paris are willing to pay for some of his wages, then I'm more happy than welcome him at Arsenal. But we can't pay 100% of his wages. His wages, I don't know how much it is, but I think it has to be something ridiculous because he was a free agent. So it must be like over 200k easily, and that's a lot of money. So I don't see us getting him unless Paris are willing to pay majority of his wages.
Okay, so Hall, you echoed that perfectly. Honestly, I'm not even going to spend too much more time on Gini Wijnaldum. I'm just going to ask the people in the comment section, what do you think? Would you take Gini Wijnaldum at Arsenal? Also, what do you think is holding up this Gini Wijnaldum deal? Is it that he might be injured? Because I'm hearing rumors that he's injured. Is it the wages, or is it that Pochettino might actually give him game time over there at PSG, and that might stop him from making the move? But Arsenal are the favorites to sign him. He is interested in coming back to the Premier League, and Newcastle is no longer in consideration for one of the clubs to sign him. So that is the situation with Gini Wijnaldum as we know it right now. The Telegraph have reported today that Arsenal are the favorites to sign him if he was to make a move to the Premier League. So yeah, Liverpool would also be a close second, but I don't think so. Skills says no to Gini Wijnaldum. Interesting. People in the comment section, let me know what you think. Gini Wijnaldum, yes or no? Would you take him? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let me know right now if you're interested. But yeah, before we move on to the next one, I'm just going to tell you, Sahal, we are linked to a Barcelona player. It is not Frankie de Jong. Okay. It is not Serginho Dest. It is not who you might first think we are linked to. Who do you think we're linked to?
Yeah, I've seen that guy, man. What's his name? Roberto? I forgot his name. That guy that has been in Barca for time. I forgot his name. It's Roberto.
Yeah, we're linked to Sergio Roberto. Yes, Sergio Roberto. He plays as a right back and as a midfielder. He's played in numerous positions in his career. He's been at Barcelona his whole entire career pretty much, and the links came out today that Arsenal are interested in signing Sergio Roberto on a contract back in June, and would be interested in obtaining him this January window if possible. Now, I'm not sure if Sergio Roberto to Arsenal is a thing that could happen, but Arsenal have made approach, and this is supposedly at Mikel Arteta's request. Arsenal have supposedly made this approach as requested by Mikel Arteta. The Spanish outlet Fujitsu claims that the North London side are looking for a central midfielder, and we've gone long and far, and we could be looking at Sergio Roberto for a 6-month loan. So yeah, what do you think about Sergio Roberto on a possible 6-month loan from Barcelona to Arsenal? Would you take Sergio Roberto? Guys, let me know what you think. Massive no. Wages, massive. 30 years old, no. We got another person here saying no. Sahal, what are you saying? Yes, no, maybe so. Sahal, you there? Sahal, you're on mute. He's 29, guys, by the way. He's not 30 yet. He's not fully 30 yet. But Arsenal are knocking on Barcelona's door to make.
No, Igal, I don't think it's a 6 months loan. I think he has 6 months left on his contract.
Yeah, Chad even says hell no, and he's the thing. He's got 6
Can you
months
hear
left.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay. Oh my God.
Hello. Okay, so we keep it moving from that. Bun that. Yo, there's some crazy news. You see the Shaka news? Yo, did you see the Xhaka news? What the hell is this? Yo, did you see this? Sahal, are you there? Yo, guys, Granit Xhaka's actually taking the piss. Granit Xhaka is actually taking the piss. Granit Xhaka doesn't seem happy to stay at Arsenal and could run into arms with the special one, Jose Mourinho, in the summer, who is still interested in the player and continues to court him from affair. What? What? You know what? You know what? They can have him. If Roma wants Granit Xhaka that badly, they can take him. They can take him. Honestly, I really don't care. Granit Xhaka, take it, take him, have him. He's gonna do great in Rome, but at Arsenal, he's been a liability. We need to strengthen our midfield, get new midfielders in, a lot of midfield help. That's what we need. I don't care if Lacazette and Aubameyang both leave and we sign two midfielders. We're better off that way than having a bunch of strikers with no service. Right? Granit Xhaka has been one of those guys that's been terrible for us. If we can get Granit Xhaka off the books, the better, the sooner the better. He doesn't seem happy staying at Arsenal. Okay, if you don't seem happy to staying at Arsenal, you can go. You can go. no one's asking you to stay, bro. Nobody is asking him to stay. He can cut. At this point, he's frustrated the life out of me. He can just cut. You get me? Oh my days. What a waste, man. But yeah, Granit Xhaka's talking shit again, guys. What else do we expect? Typical Granit Xhaka. Typical Xhaka. You got Arsenal only signed low-class players. What they got in the summer, no top class, will lower their careers coming to search for shit club like Arsenal. Bro, speak facts. Stop it. Stop it. You stop it. Let Xhaka leave because let Xhaka leave if he is unhappy and becoming a liability a long time ago. Yeah, definitely. No way, bro. Yeah, facts. I don't want Xhaka to stay if he's gonna continue to be a nuisance. Like he literally cost us in 2 games in a row, so he can go. In my opinion, it's not a big deal if he leaves. In my opinion, because at this point, Granit Xhaka has been more of a hindrance than a help. And that's just the reality of the situation with Granit Xhaka. He is too much of a hindrance and not enough of a help in this current Arsenal team and in this current Arsenal setup. How many times has he cost us? How many times will he continue to cost us before we have to say, you know what, enough is enough, and just let him go? I think he has been an absolute terrible signing from when he joined till now. He's had moments, but there's been way more downs than there's been ups. Way more downs than there's been ups with Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka has been one of the most frustrating players to ever come to this team for me because he constantly causes us red cards. But yeah, enough about Granit Xhaka. Arthur, no, we don't end up panic buying. I hope no. No, I'm not saying sell him now. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying sell Xhaka now. I'm saying sell Xhaka in the summer. Because if you read the report, it doesn't say anything about Xhaka going now. It says Xhaka going in the summer. That's what it says. So just saying. Anyways, keeping it moving. Just was curious, what do you think about this? It seems like the players that were trusted by Arteta are the ones letting him down. Aubameyang is in disciplinary issues, and now Xhaka is unhappy. Definitely true. Definitely true. Get rid. He's a liability. That's the answer. The thing is, Aubameyang's situation is now untenable, and Xhaka's situation he's been a professional, even though he doesn't want to leave. He's been very professional. So Arteta's going to continue to play Xhaka. That's the reality of the situation. That is the reality of the situation. Arteta will continue to play Xhaka, and he has no reason not to, because Xhaka has still been a seasoned professional in the time that he's been at Arsenal. That's just the reality of the situation. He's been professional when it comes to how he's conducted himself in comparison to other people who've maybe done stuff. Oh yeah. Let's keep it moving to the next one. What does the next one say? Arthur. Let's talk about Arthur. So the situation with Arthur is pretty straightforward. Fabrizio Romano gave an update on Arthur. So let's go to what Fabrizio Romano said. Fabrizio Romano, when speaking about Arthur, said, Arthur will only leave Juventus in the case they will find a replacement in a few days. It's not easy. Sure, Arsenal will still wait. So basically, if Juventus can find a replacement for Arthur, he's ours. If they cannot find a replacement for Arthur, we will not be getting the player. That is as straightforward as you could possibly read it. And Juventus are amongst the clubs approaching Denis Zakaria, and they have not started talks, as well as Manchester United. So as you can see here in this report, there's a lot going on in this tweet, but the main thing is Arsenal will not be receiving the player, and the conversations have stalled with the situation with Arthur. So it seems like Arthur talks have stalled, and it does not seem like Arsenal will be getting him unless Juventus finds a replacement for Arthur. And once they find a replacement for Arthur, then they might be willing to loan him out. But the situation with Arthur is Juventus want us to buy the player. They want a loan with an obligation to buy or a permanent transfer. They don't want to loan him out without an adequate replacement already in the squad. And also, they don't want to sell him probably unless we fully are paying all the money up front. They don't want to do this whole loan thing without something happening at the end. They want the player to be off their books. They want the player to be sold. They want the deal to be pretty much done, wrapped, sealed, delivered. And if we're not going to do that, conversations have somewhat stopped. Arsenal are interested in the player, but they don't want to buy the player. They don't want to go too into the deal. They just want to get a loan, see how he does, and if he does well on loan, then we'll buy him. Do you get what I'm saying? And plus, it's in the middle of the January window. Even if he does come, I don't think he's going to get too much. I don't think he's going to adjust as quickly as if he was with Arsenal for a longer term period. I don't know if we can do a 2-year loan. I don't know if that's even possible in the January window. I don't know if they're going to let us do that, but maybe try to get a longer loan period. But I don't know how much longer he also has on his contract. So the situation with Arthur Melo does seem like it's stalled. It doesn't look like it's going any further, and we're just gonna get into that. If you sign Dusan, are you concerned about him being fed up with our midfield and the way Arteta plays us? I'm hopeful that if we do sign a guy like Dusan Vlahovic, that we bring in adequate service around him. Any Dusan updates? We're gonna go on to the Dusan updates in a moment, my guy. Let's get into that. Let's get into the Dusan Vlahovic update right now. How about that? Let's get into the Dusan Vlahovic update. How about that right now? Dusan Vlahovic update is pretty straightforward. The journalists are contradicting themselves. They are contradicting themselves left, right, and center. Okay, so let's get started. Where do we begin? First, let's begin with Dusan Vlahovic. What was he? He was basically saying it was a weird situation. Okay, so this is the situation with Dusan Vlahovic right now. It looked like in this photo, and when you watch the game, that he was apologizing to the fans, and when missing a penalty, or it could have been that he is saying goodbye to the fans because his transfer is coming up in a game where he scored a goal and missed a penalty, and their team won convincingly versus Genoa, and also Lucas Torreira scored. It does look like he could be headed out on way to Arsenal, with reports saying that there is a possible swap deal plus cash on the works, that Arsenal have had their bids offered, and reported that there's been bids accepted, that there's no bid been accepted. There's so many mixed reports. But let's get into some of these reports. What are some of the things that we're hearing about Dusan Vlahovic? What are we hearing about Dusan Vlahovic at this moment? Let me tell you guys what we're hearing. We're hearing that Dusan Vlahovic situation is like this. Arsenal are now just have to worry about the agent. They just have to worry about the agent if we are willing to pay enough money for the agent fees. It seems like Arsenal might be refusing to pay the required money to sign Dusan Vlahovic and get his agent fees. The agent is demanding between 8 million to 10 million in commission, plus a 20% sell-on clause in the future. So imagine he gets 8 to 10 million now, and say we sell the player for 100 million, he'll get another 20 million in the future. That's ridiculous money, you know. But hey, well, imagine we sell Dusan Vlahovic for 100 million in the future. The agent is going to get another 20 million on top. That's crazy. I don't know if they want to do that. And also, there's reports coming from two different sources claiming some crazy stuff. So first things first, Fabrizio Romano. I don't know if he works for Tottenham or something now, but reports from Fabrizio Romano is, if you were Dusan Vlahovic, what would you do? When asked that, he said, I would go to Tottenham, to be honest. What? What is Dusan Vlahovic going to do at Tottenham? Oh, he's going to play next to Harry Kane. He's going to play under Antonio Conte, and with a two-man up front striker force of Harry Kane and Dusan Vlahovic. That is what Fabrizio Romano said. That's what he thought would be a good move for Tottenham. But when speaking about Arsenal obviously still in the driver's seat. Arsenal are the team that's pushing for the move. Arsenal are the ones that are making all the contact for the player and the agent and everything else. But of course, when asked about who he feels like is the best fit for Dusan Vlahovic, he said Tottenham. Does he know something we don't know? That is what I have to ask. Also, other mixed reports that are coming out today. Reports coming out of Damasio in Italy. As you guys can see, he says Fiorentina are intended to keep Dusan Vlahovic until the end of the season. What? So these are reports completely contradicting everything that we've been hearing all summer in regards, all January in regards to Dusan Vlahovic, saying that we are looking to, that the deal might not happen until then? Really? After everything that we heard, you're saying that this deal now might not happen at all? It's quite strange, in my opinion. It's very strange. It's very strange to hear all these conflicting reports. At this point, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to trust. There's reports from certain Italian journalists that are very well respected and known, like Fabrizio Romano and Damasio, that are completely contradicting what they're saying. One person is saying that they would be open to sell this month, and one person is saying that they're not open to sell this month until possibly the end of the month. So I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say anymore. It just seems like it makes no sense. It just seems like it makes no sense what's going on. You got players going left, right, center, talking about all sorts of stuff. Could he have been waving goodbye? Could he have been waving goodbye to his fans? Possibly. Could this just be another situation? I don't know. At this point, the whole Dusan Vlahovic transfer saga is going to continue for a couple more weeks. And it's going to be a complete mess. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to get overly gassed. I think he might have been apologizing, but then he went up to his coach and gave him a hug. I'm just saying, like, Dusan Vlahovic will be an Arsenal player come the end of January, barring some last-minute shenanigans. I hope so. I hope so. I personally believe we've agreed everything with the clubs. Everything with Fiorentina is done. The personal terms is done. The only thing that I've heard has been a problem this whole entire time is the agent fees. When will that get sorted? I don't know. If that gets sorted, everything will be fine. Let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. Anyways, that's been enough for today on EGTV. You already know what it is, guys. My name's Miguel. If you guys haven't already hit the like button and hit that subscribe button, please do. And you already know what it is. Kitty G on EGTV. We're out of here.